there guys, and welcome to another Factorio Reddit Weekly. I'm Xterminator, and thank you for joining me. And as always, we're looking at the top posts for the last week. So let's just start off here. Thought this belonged here. Alright, what do we have here? No Man's Sky the game. Hello Games should be the current gold standard in the video game industry with how well their constant support is. It's just like... What? The studio puts out work that's 100% better. He's a game studio. Okay, so Ubisoft makers Factorio should be the gold standard. Change my mind. Okay, very true. I would agree with this. Number one is Grinding Gear Games, Incredible Sport, Awesome CEO. Grinding Gear Games. I wonder what games they make. I don't. That sounds familiar, but I don't know it well enough to know which games they've made. So this, can anyone identify this bug for me, and should I be worried? Yes. Imagine if we had those, like, little mini version of biters in real life. That would actually be terrifying, dude. It's an invasive species that can be easily dealt with if you have some heavy armor and a couple nuclear rockets. Whew. Man, that's awesome. We were right all along. Completron is evil. Okay, so this is like in the map editor under enemies. Completron. Yes! I knew he was evil, man. He's such an annoyance in the campaign. Why are trees missing from this? That was actually a thought I just had before reading that. They have their own tab for real enemies. Or the true enemy. They are in the Grandpa Joe tab. Oh my gosh. This is nuts. Dude, trees are definitely worse than bugs, for me at least. Just opened a save I hadn't played in a while with the intention to continue where I left off. Never mind. Oh god. Spaghetti like crazy. Run all through their refinery setup too. This is pretty classic, like, newer player type of setup here. Let's see. And nobody can blame you. I'm currently disassembling the spaghetti I built and rebuilt it in a cleaner way and spending twice the time I would have needed to build it properly in the first place. It's pretty much the story of Factorio, isn't it? It's often easier to abandon the spaghetti and start over to the left. Yes, or move the whole thing 2 tiles, right? The developers did a great job on vanilla. It's a lot to read. I'm a slow reader, guys, okay? That's why I skip some of these, because it takes me forever to read this stuff. So they tried no mods, no custom settings, just re-rolled a few times. So they chose... Sorry guys, I had to sneeze. Oh my gosh, your video's not broken. I just had to sneeze. So they chose this map. Looks like they've expanded pretty far out. I went big early, putting up large smelters. Funny thing happens when you have big pollution early, you get swarmed with small biters. I couldn't get away with a gun here and gun there. I had to set them up in groups of 5 or 6. Pretty, yeah, it seems pretty normal. It's been crazy fun. If you haven't played a real vanilla game in a while, give it a shot. They did a fantastic job tuning things. The biters are perfectly balanced, enough to be a credible threat without being overwhelmed. Resources are perfectly balanced, enough that I never run out. Rare enough that getting more is always on my mind, and however, whoever did the art for the red trees deserves a medal. I'll launch a riot in Bosnia Angels first. Oh wait, see you in 2050. Exactly. Yeah, vanilla is pretty good. Pretty good to go back to sometimes. Updated lane splitter thanks to Mr. Bubba J's suggestion. Okay, so it takes a belt with an ingredient on each lane, and then makes it into 2 belts with just 1 ingredient. That's actually really cool. Just press Alt. And keep it for the rest of your game. Yes, this should be a default thing as we discussed in the Friday Facts. Sulfuric acid being loaded to automation science packs. Oh, and voxel. Oh, dude, this is awesome. It's actually a little... Okay, never mind. I see it. First it was like blurry and convoluted, but now that I actually see the parts, it makes total sense. I love how this is pseudo-surreal. Is Uncanny Factory. Don't mind me, just making some corpse fields. Oh my gosh, dude. Flamethrowers are so good and so fun. Can you imagine like what this would smell like? Oh my goodness. Ribbon Death World A? Very interesting. Oh yeah, this is a Ribbon World. Death World 2. That actually makes it easier in my opinion because you can basically... You don't get... Well, I was going to say you don't get flanked, except he's getting flanked. But you only have to push in one direction, or two, I guess, technically. Which is actually really nice. Factory Planner is finally out of beta. Sweet. Oh yeah, I think I spotlighted this mod a while ago. It's out of beta, which means there's probably a lot more features since I spotlighted it, which is awesome. I definitely recommend checking it out for sure. And if you want a general idea, you can check out the Spotlight too, even though there's probably more features now. So that's awesome. Finally got out of beta. I'm glad they continued working on it because it definitely has a lot of promise. Megabus Step 1 Smelt. Oh my lord. This is all smelting. Dude, look at all these belts. Holy crap. So basically I decided to make Megabase on 0.17 Megabus on 0.17 base. A few months have passed, got distracted in Clusterio and stuff, but still taking baby steps. My smelting setup is looking gorgeous currently, but it seems I had too few extra lines, so calculation might be challenging. Also, train and loading oil processing is a big step to work on. Wow, this is nuts. This is just a smelter. You can tell this is definitely going to be, I'd say this is like a gigabase almost. Man, and sorry guys, I keep like misreading stuff. I'm dyslexic to begin with, and I'm super tired. I didn't sleep well at all. So my brain is like on like half function mode, if that. My first launch base. That's pretty awesome. I really like the idea of building like little special launch areas for your rockets. I did that in my start to finish playthrough. It's the first time I'd actually done that. And I think it's a really cool idea, and kind of just decorating and stuff. I think it really is neat. Am I still your idea for the next game? Congrats on your first rocket. And yes, congrats to this person. I made a binary light display using T flip-flops. One of these things again that I don't understand at all, but is cool. Okay, so something's happening with lights. I think I need my flamethrower. By my best estimate, it'll take 240 years before the last light goes on. I love it. Oh my god. Yeah, so this is interesting. I don't really understand what it does or how it works, but I know that circus stuff that I don't understand is really cool. Cute early game bus. It reminds me of a speedrunner build almost, except speedrunner builds have a lot more direct insertion boxing. But just the fact they have like these things here, combined lines, like all this super compact and stuff. Felt cute, might kill some bugs later, I don't know. Finally launched a rocket. I didn't realize I needed a satellite too though. Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. They must be playing on 016, cause yeah they are, cause they don't have the thing. But in 017 you don't need a satellite anymore to beat the game, which I think was one of the best changes they could have done, because so many people have done this where you launch a rocket, you have no idea you need a satellite because it never really tells you until after you launch the rocket, and then you actually don't technically beat the game. Your factory is much neater than the factory I first launched the rocket. And yeah, this is actually a super clean main bus. I was going to say, so this guy is probably my 10th factory. Yeah, I was going to say, this is likely not their first factory, just the first time I've actually launched a rocket. Accidentally turn on debug view, almost like playing Dwarf Fortress. It really is, oh my god. I'm surprised it's still getting 40 FPS, man. It's really cool that you can access the debug view. There's a ton of really interesting and actually really helpful views in there that you can see. That's it's really cool. Found in an Ask Reddit thread. What game is perfect? Ah, yes. I saw this thread and I believe I commented on it. Factorio, the factory must grow. I love that it got 2.6k upvotes in an Ask Reddit thread. That's awesome. I can actually come from there. Yes, I saw that post too. Seeing that comment revived my love for Factorio, for the factory, and made me join the sub today. Factory must grow once more. Yeah, Factorio has been mentioned in some pretty big subreddits before. By far the largest and strangest train intersection I've ever had to design. Whoa, dude, this is freaking cool. This is huge. Look at the size of these trains, and then look what their size is compared to this. Like, this is actually a legit... It's legit, like, 480p. Okay, that's a bit better. This is nuts. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is for an actual base. Okay, this is impressive. This is actually, like, insanely impressive. Strange T-junction for 34 car trains. Map view. Oh, it's just, I thought it was like the whole map. That's like nuts. Dude, that's awesome. My first game, I may never see my family again. I don't think there's any may in that statement. You're not seeing your family again. You can press Alt to see what's there. Yeah, like his family. Grey Goo Project Progress. A little while ago I made this thread. Oh yeah, this is a self-expanding factory. Is this, what is this? Is this a Twitch clip? Or is it a Twitch VOD? Or doesn't work? Okay, well this is a ton of info. I recommend you guys check this out because it's an extremely cool project. I don't know, it's probably my internet or something breaking. This is, the Grey Goo project is freaking amazing. You're actually insane. You automate the entire game. Why is this not working, man? Okay, well here's a video introduction. Is there like, when was this? Okay, no, this is recent.
The next thing I'm gonna be doing is setting up a rail network. For funsies.
So quiet.
Particular reason we're doing.
I'm like, I want to see what it does.
Have an even.
I don't know. You guys may have to check this out. It's a really, really cool project for sure. When they say performance, they mean utilization, correct? Maybe we should reword that. Ah, yes, the power graphs that are so confusing. This confused me so much in my first ever game when it said available performance, but performance was at 20% full. I thought it meant I wasn't heating the water enough or that I didn't have enough power or something. Also, available performance should be changed. There are not many scenarios where this isn't full and the bar is a waste of space and clutter. Yes. This has always been really confusing. I've never understood why it's like this. This person says it's completely unnecessary to have 2 bars there. It's just confusing, especially with these labels. It should be 1 bar with a big fat marker where 100% utilization is. Yeah, I've never really understood why they did it that way. Really happy with how my research complex turned out. Can't wait to have all 7 research packs flowing. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like the little half loop-de-loop thingies with the rails. That's really neat. And they're using cargo wagons too. Looks pretty late game, no beacons yet, I guess. Yeah, no beacons yet. That's still really neat. That's a ton of labs still. With some lab speed research. New Factorio. Hi everyone, I'm fairly new to Factorio and have been putting in hours into a free play world. I've been following Captain the Sky's tutorials. This game is complex that I'd be lost without them, but to be fair, I failed the first hurdle and didn't protect my base. Anyway, here's to many more late night and some brains and sore brains trying to work this stuff out. Send screenshots of my basic setup and whatnot. Dude, that's awesome. Ah, the days of being new to Factorio. The smallest node I've ever seen, only 50 stone. Oh my god. That's actually probably the smallest node I've ever seen too. Not more from a single boulder before? Yeah. Just stick a burner and box there, pick it up later. Well, with that much stone, you could just pick it up like in the same minute. Got an apology to make to you all. So I've been active on the sub for a few months now, and I always found it amusing that you guys kept dying to trains. I always thought that you were being silly and just didn't pay attention. Well, for the past 40 hours, I've been building my first train logistic network, and it went online as of yesterday. Since then, I had to reload my game about 8 times in a couple of hour gameplay, and now I save every 15 minutes. So apologies to you all for doubting. You and thinking that you were just being silly. I've learned the hard way. Wait, my game saves automatically every 5 minutes, and it is that since I played for the time, isn't that the norm? When your base gets big enough, there's a setting to change. Yeah, I usually change it to like 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 20, because it can take a while to save if your base is pretty big. But anyway, I think that's going to do it, guys. Actually, pretty quick one, but some good stuff as always. Really cool posts, some funny stuff, some awesome fan creation things, which I always love. And I think that's going to do it. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and take care.